Hello again. This is my front fender and this is an extension that I bought and we're gonna be installing that today. There is a few issues with it. This thing that you see on the screen is what attaches the brake line to the fender itself in this hole, and the extender, as you can probably tell, it's gonna be covering it. So I'm gonna mark it and I'm gonna cut it so that I can still access that clip without having to do any weird stuff. Once the fender is already lengthened, I will also install the rear tire hugger. Some people winterize their motorbikes so that they can survive the winter without being ridden. What I do is making my motorbike salt resistant. If you don't drive your motorbike in winter because it's cold or because of whatever, we are not the same. Without further ado, let's go down with it. The extender is super generic. You can find this in pretty much every online shop. I bought it on Amazon. And the other thing that it comes with is this baggie that has these things, which are screws, as you can see. And I don't really feel comfortable having a pointy thing close to my tire. So what I thought is that I would just use rivets. So to use the rivets, I had to buy this thing, which is fairly heavy duty. I mean, I think it's gonna be much better than this one that you just have to squeeze them. With this one, you have a lot of leverage. It's gonna be a lot easier to install. I need to cut at least the center of this piece. The plan is gonna be, first, I'm gonna cut the piece so that it has a big enough gap for me to access the clip later on. Double-sided tape it to the thing, make a couple holes with the drill, and put the rivets. So let's go. Like, really? Maybe I will use it for cushioning, so it doesn't rattle as much. I don't know. Let's bring down the multi-tool. I'm not going to overcomplicate my life. I'm just gonna first make a small square around it. Okay, that is why I wear glasses. One disc down. Fucking hell. That was scary. It literally exploded in a gazillion pieces. Is it normal that it just explode? I have no idea. I mean, I already exploded the drill. A Bosch drill, which is like allegedly like very good drill and everything. I don't know how you found me, but if you saw me, if you found me because of my other social media, you probably know that I'm a little bit cursed. Okay, we have a hole, which I will obviously grind later. Now I can access the clip no matter what. I also have here my sandpaper situation. I think with 120 will be enough. Honestly, I'm gonna bother more. It's flush, and I am gonna have the rivet, so it cannot be that bad. The line seems omega crooked, but actually it's because of the whole thing. I don't think it's that bad, but I will take it into account to making the holes. I'm planning on making one hole here, one hole here, one hole here on the side, one hole here on the other side, and then 1, 2. So I think that with 6 holes it's gonna be pretty cool. It's also probably not gonna be perfect, but I don't really care that much, to be honest. I think I screwed up and didn't hit the record button, but I made the holes also on the sides. So I got my trusty paint marker, get this super stain of yellow. I should have gotten another color on top of yellow, but whatever. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's try to repeat the same strat. Wish me luck. What a better way to get the last one than putting all the others in place. Stop the thingy, put the rivet. I think this method was not the worst. I am very sure there are better ways to do this, but this was not completely terrible. Not too bad. I'm gonna start peeling this. What is the name of the already extinct lesbian dinosaur? Delicalarpus. You didn't know that one either, eh? I think I want the spikes at the bottom. Yes, I do. Yeah, because I can always use the trusty angle grinder. And it didn't work. It didn't go through. They are too short. And yes, I was planning on going down with the angle grinder or the multi-tool or anything to cut this off. Thanks to the power of video editing, see you when I have the longer ones. New day, longer rivets. As you can see now, they stick far enough. So this time they are actually gonna clamp the pieces together. The reason why I have them placed like this is because this is the part that you actually cut off and it stays the flashiest. So I can grind this out with the multi-tool so they are smooth, because the actual riveting part is gonna protrude a bit. And I really don't like that close to my wheel. I don't know, call me paranoid, but I don't. Open it up. A little bit more. This is what I was talking about. This is gonna be sticking out, and I don't want this close to the wheel. And inside I can just, it's not that I can't, I will. Inside I will chop this off. If I am wrong, tell me and I'll fix it. But give me a reason. Like this is a bad idea because X or Y. Okay, not because we have always been doing it the other way. So, like, that's bullshit. That's a fallacy. That's a fallacy of appeal to tradition, if I'm not mistaken. They are super flush, super tight. Yes, they are not gonna look extremely pretty, but they are gonna work. And that is what I care about the most. Well, clearly the sides, they have to go the other way around. And now a bit more. It cuts it very well, so now I can just grind that part and make it very flash, and that is what I want for the inside. If any of you are very used to the multi-tool or are just tool experts in general, please tell me if there is any a specific setting that I should be using to be cutting this. I'm just using the max speed. I don't know. Tell me, okay, I would like to do these things better. There we have it, boys. Now it's time to find the correct bit to grind it out. Something I didn't take into account is the fact that because the rivets get very hot, the plastic melts a little bit, which I think it will allow for an even tighter fit. But now I'm gonna grind the edges. By the shape of the tools, I assume that the blue one would be meant to be used first and the pink one last, because this one seems a little bit more for detailing. And let's see how it goes. Indeed, it looks like I did it correctly. I don't know, call it critical thinking, call it super luck, but yeah, it is quite smooth already. So let's go now with the last one to make it super smooth. It is really smooth on the inside. I'm gonna give this thing a wash and install it on the motorbike. Even though the bike is dirty, you can see how the bike it is right now, and after it's washed and in the hugger installed, you can see the before and after. There she is, absolutely full of crap. And as you can probably tell, this is not the best if you have salt, because I don't want it to be hitting my rear shock. So here is where this bad boy comes into play. So what I'm gonna do now is remove the chain guard and give it a wash. Now, as you can see, it's properly clean. I already installed the other day the radiator guard. I think it looks decent. I may paint it in the future, maybe not. But now, what I'm gonna do is install the rear tire hug. This is the old one, these are the two screws on the back, and these are the two screws on the side. And the new one is exactly the same thing, two screws on the side, two screws on the back. Well, as you can probably see, that's my back tire, and that is because I had to take it out, because I only had two options. I could either take all of this plastic situation out, or I take the wheel out. I think it's much easier to just take the wheel. But fucking hell, I thought it was gonna be 5 minutes and I had to take the whole freaking wheel out. But well, now we know. As a result, the bike is cleaner than it has ever been. Let's hope that the wheel fits now. So yeah, I'm gonna put on the screws and then put on the wheel back. Here's the final result. As you can see, it looks decent. The tire moves without any problems. It was really annoying having to take the wheel off, especially because, as you can see, everything is iced now. It's pretty cold now. Just keep in mind that behind this part there is a small L bracket that you have to unscrew this bolt here, put the L and screw everything again, which is fine. So it's even better secured. The coverage is very good. You have a small gap for any water that ever gets in to go there. Now my suspension is a little bit more protected. There you have it, guys. Front extender, rear tire hugger. The extender looks decent. And the rivets, well, you could probably not even tell that it's a rivet. Yes, you can tell these ones, but it gives me peace of mind that the protruding part is on the top. I don't know, call me OCD. If it really bothers me, I can always paint them. It goes far enough. The wheel spins perfectly. I already put my hand and my finger inside. What you're hearing, if you're hearing something, are the brake pads. The rear tire hugger works like a charm. Because of the hold on there that is necessary for the water to go down if it eventually gets in, allows some dirt to pick up, but that's not too much big of a deal. What I don't want is just salt going straight to my rear shock and hopefully keeping the bike a little bit tidier. This is the only last part missing from installing, which is why I waited and I didn't install it yet. I will reuse this only today because today is Sunday and tomorrow Monday I will go buy more of them. It connects this part, the ABS and brake, to the mudguard so it doesn't flop around, I guess. This is like 2 centimeters diameter, and the reason I want to have spare ones, it's because I already ordered steel braided lines, both front and rear, that would still allow me to keep the ABS, so no racing setup. But before installing them, I also want to rebuild my calipers. So I ordered also 2 rebuild kits for the front, because we have 2 calipers, and 1 rebuild kit from the back. If you also installed a front mudguard extender on your motorbike, please tell me how you did it, because there is probably a better way to do it. I am aware that there are these clips that you heat up and you use them to fuse plastics together, but I was scared that they wouldn't work because there is not enough meat, there is not enough plastic. But I don't know, tell me what you think. Tell me if it's an absolute terrible way to do it, tell me if it's fine. It's gonna work and it's not gonna go anywhere. There are probably prettier ways to do it, I'm not denying that, but this one will work for sure. See you guys in the next one. Just for you to see, this is the kind of weather that I have to deal with sometimes.